Hey guys, it's Tony from A&E Construction. You're watching Build with A&E. I hope you're all well and safe as you've been all requesting the next episode to the staircase. So here we go. We got another 2 or 3 to come. Hope you enjoy the film. Have a great week. Take care. Hey guys, how you doing? So what we need to do, we need to make sure we get the staircase ready to hook over the floor joist. What we have to do is mark out the bottom of the tread, as you can see here. So what I do is I get myself an offcut of oak tread, place it in, make sure it's nice and tight at the top. I then literally get a pencil and just mark the underneath the tread. I then also, if I can't get my pencil in here, I end up using my ruler and I use the corner point and just mark underneath like this. You can actually see it actually describes the MDF here. So I can run it along like this. You'll have to excuse the banging, they're doing a load of lead work outside, sorry about that. So then the same with the ply riser, literally place the ply riser onto the face so it's nice and tight like that. And then all I do is I mark the back of the riser, that's the, and then same again with the ruler, just use it to mark the back here, which you can see here now, I've got a lovely clean line where I've got a saw. All I'll do now is I'll just measure from that point there to what I've got to cut out and allow this string to link up. The depth I've got here you can see is 285 mil. So I measure then from the top here all the way down to here, 285 mil. The skirting is 140, so it's really important you measure this vertical point here, and I need to get 140 on this line. So guesstimated 140 is pretty close to that line there. So what I'm going to do now is I'll get my square like that and measure up at that 140 point. That allows me then to extend that through to this point here. That will then connect then to the skirting, then the skirting top mould will then come down here and just finish it off. So that's how you cut it out. So I'm going to now cut all this all the way down here, nice and true. Okay, cheers guys. So guys, as you can see here, I've cut the tread line underneath here. Now if you can imagine the joist sit here like this, that then goes in there nice and tight, nice and snug, and then the underneath latches onto the top of the floor joists. Got the back of the riser, you see? So it goes in nice and tight there. Now what I have done here, you'll probably see this little edge here. Sometimes people cut this off, I try not to, because the simple reason being is that when all the joist goes in, this finishes nicely to the underneath the joist. It means I can get the plaster line to come up on this bit here and follow through and press stop, which is really nice. We're not paneling the bottom of this staircase, we're just literally going to plaster underneath this. So now on the other side, I've got a newel post going in here. Now what I've done is the measurement from face of riser to face of riser is 167 mil. I've literally, from this measurement here, I've then got to measure, because the face of the riser goes in the middle of the newel post, and the newel post is 90 mil. So from the face of the riser here, I've got to measure that way 45 mil. Face of riser here, I've got to measure 45 mil there. That will then be in the shoulder of my string for the newel post then to butt up to that string line. Tenon is going to be 65 mil. The mortise depth in the newel post is going to be 70 mil, because I like a good chunk of tenon there, so I'll make sure it stays solid. Don't fancy doing it with the plunge saw, to be honest. Further out I can see what depth I'm actually going to go to this then. I'll probably end up going to this depth here. So guys, as you can see, what I've done is, that's the bottom of the staircase. I've marked it with the pencil mark here. And what I've then done is I've marked the top of it, where the top of the case is going to come. And what happens, I've got loads of oak newel left on the top, so I can cut and trim that. I've done a decent bit of timber at the bottom here to allow me to have a drop newel with the underneath. And what will happen, you can see if I just drop that away now. That's the shoulder line. That's the other shoulder line that you can see there. 22 mil. So what I'll actually do is that 22 mil will now reflect on my newel post. Got 22 mil there, just nicely in between the lines, because I always like to leave the lines in. And what will happen is I'll actually, for a quicker process of taking this out, this mortise has got to be 70 mil deep because my tenon is 65 mil. And what I'll actually do is I'll set this plunge saw up like that to 55mm. And what I'll actually do is I'll put a piece of timber this side, a piece of timber this side. I'll then put the fence on and I'll just literally cut all the way along here. At the top here, I'll actually go down 90 degrees here. But at the bottom here, I'll actually go at a slight angle here. So I'll probably stop the saw here and then I can chisel them this way on this sort of angle like this with the staircase. So it means that I'm not taking additional material out there, which I don't need to. The drawer dowels, probably one will go in on this point here, the other one will go at this point here on the inner part. And then I've got loads of extra additional oak that I need then to set the handrail up properly. So you'll see this process as I'm doing it. As you can see here now, guys, I've literally plunge saw this to this fullest depth, which is 55mm. I've got to now just cut into the bottom of this by about another 15mm. I've got the guts of it out. It's a nice clean cut all the way along, so hopefully my tanning will slip in nice and neatly. This is the side that I'm going to go on a slight angle like this, and then obviously this is the one I've got to do at 90 degrees, and you'll see a time lapse of me doing that. Okay, guys. So guys, as you can see, I've used the Festool plunge saw to do this edge here and also do this edging. I've then chopped it all out, but I'm not to the right depth at the moment. The depth I've got at the moment is 52mm, yeah, 51mm. I actually need 70mm. So what I'm going to do now to clean it all up and make it a little bit easier instead of keep on trying to drill and chisel it out, there's actually a device that I use, the fluted cutter like this, but then it's got a bearing on the top here. So all it's going to do is that bearing is going to run along the side here like this, and then I'll plunge it to the desired depth. I can obviously then set my depth gauge up here, but it just makes it easier for the material to come out through here. So guys, as you can see, the null's now fitted nicely onto the string line. What I've now done is marked out the underneath the tread here, so I can actually cut this out, router into here 15mm, all the way back round here to the face of this riser. The face of the riser is in the middle of the actual null. That's the overhang 32mm, because then I can get a nice little scotia bead on here. We'll actually trench out the back of this null all the way down to this point, down to here, because then that can then hook over these joists which are over here, and then obviously we can get the riser in here, get it all fixed and glued in. So I'll show that on the next process and also show that the time lapse as well. Hey guys, how you doing? Just a bit of a quick update. Now, the next process I'm going to be doing is I've just put this leader edge on, and what we do here, we actually put the bearing fluted router, which is this cutter here. You can see the bearing here, and that's the cutter. And what happens, that bearing there actually runs on this leader edge. You'll actually see, you can imagine, there we are. You can see where the bearing's running at this point here. Going to clean all this material up. It's really important that the bed is sticking nice and squarely to the actual surface here. Make sure you don't tilt the router like this, because then it's not going to keep this then square. Nice and tight like this. That means that you can then clean all the underneath the staircase beautifully. What that router is now doing, clean this off beautifully all the way along here. It's got to a point here where this leader now stops. So what I'm going to do is extend this leader all the way down to the bottom, and that will allow me then to clean all the rest of this off underneath. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, so every time we upload a video, you'll get a notification through. Also at the same time, make sure you check out our Instagram account, our Facebook account, and also have a look on the LinkedIn. There's always new stuff that we put on there. All right, you take care guys, have a great one.